This Reddit says, careful what you say at a breakfast in a hotel. Ooh, let's dive in. When I was around 22 years old, I had a scary encounter while staying at a hotel for a job. Around 2010, I was working for a traveling photography group that took church directory photos. Each photographer drove separately from all over the place. So I was in Harlan, IA at the time. I was staying at a hotel along with other photographers who joined with me. I believe there was four of us, two guys, a girl, and myself. One morning I went down to breakfast and was watching the TV in the hotel breakfast area. I tried. Someone was also down there nearby, a guy. When he looked at me, I said, "Good morning," as I do wherever I go, just to be friendly. He said it back, and we had just a polite exchange. Something you will do with a stranger you never thought you will see again. True. He mentioned he was staying there with his team for a construction job. I go to leave, and I say something very casual like, "Have a good one. See you later." What can you say? He said something like, "We could hang later." I didn't think anything of it and just brushed it off like, "Yeah, maybe." Yeah, you must think like he just said so. Like he knows you didn't mean it. But some people just take it literally. I don't remember if it was the same day or not, but as I didn't work until 11 a.m., we tend to work from like 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., give or take, depending on the size of the church, etc. I decided to go take a nap since I didn't sleep well the night before. While laying in my room, I kept receiving phone calls to my room phone. I wasn't used to getting calls like that ever, so I just picked up. I will say hello, but nobody would answer. Ugh. After a few times, I eventually just took the receiver off and placed it beside the phone so it would stop ringing. Good call. Good call. When it was time to get up and leave, I left my room and saw the guy was there in the hall. I waved casually, still not thinking anything of it. Of course. He asked where I was going, and I said I had to go to work. Why are you asking that? My friend showed up, female photographer, and I went with her to her car as I was going to ride with her to the church. I think your female friend saved you from that creep. I told her about getting strange phone calls, and she mentioned she did as well. What? Later that night, there was a thunderstorm. My photographer group and I stood by the hotel lobby door watching the lightning. It was thundering and extremely dark. There were chances for tornadoes. Ooh, so we were keeping tabs with each other. Damn. Eventually, I go to my room for the night and I hear a knock on my door. Ugh. I didn't really want to answer it. However, I did, cracking the door to see who it was. Yeah, you thought it was your coworker. It was that guy. He talked about how I said we could hang out. What? Sorry. But now I'm in my room. I'm about to sleep. What the hell are you doing? You creep. And I told him I was too tired after working all day and I needed to sleep. I shut the door. Now I can't remember if this was the next morning or still night, but I recall him knocking again, but I wouldn't answer. I pretended to be out or sleeping. I called my mom and started talking to her. I told her what was happening, and although I was scared, I almost acted like I wasn't when speaking with her. Yeah, I know. Do not worry her. Suddenly, I had a weird feeling. I whispered to my mom, Mom, hold on for a second. I need to check something. I tiptoed as quietly over to my room door as possible. I look out the peephole and I see him. I then see him turn his head to my door as if he was listening for something. You son of a bitch. My heart started to race. I get you, girl. I get you. I then saw him move to the side. You know how the wall sometimes goes in for the doors, so there is like an indentation in the hallway for each room. Well, he goes to the wall away from the room, and that juts out. I think he thought he was hiding I think he thought he was hiding because he would try to lean his head around the corner of the jut of portion as if listening for something. Oh my god, this guy is really a creep. I walked to the further side of my room quietly and whispered to my mom about how I am scared. I called the front desk to complain like my mom's suggestion. I can't remember if I also texted my friend or called her, but she also complained to the front desk about the various phone calls she received. Oh my god, this guy is a potential criminal. Eventually, we were given new rooms, and the construction group manager was told by the hotel about one of his guys, and that creepy guy was told to stay away from us. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that the hotel people took you seriously. I even told some of the church people about the situation, and they all said if we needed to stay with them, we could. All very nice, but still all strangers to me, and I didn't trust anyone at this point. Yeah, I get you, girl. I'm not sure what happened to him. I didn't see him after that. I'm so glad. I was a little jealous of my friend because she ended up with a hot tub in her room and I didn't. But it was fine. However, after that, I was more aware and careful with who I talked to and what I said. Damn, that was such a creepy encounter. Like, I totally believe you, these things really happen in real life. Always and always make it clear to the staff to not forward the calls to your room. Who thinks about that? Like, I'm not thinking about receiving calls. That's why I'm not doing that. But that's a good advice. Uh, and not to give out your room number. Uh, I thought it's like an obvious thing. Like, you should not do that. Which they're supposed to not give anyway. True, but always make it specific request at check in all some at check in all the same. Always report any creepers to front desk staff. They can move your rooms, they can contact a worker boss or team leader to explain what their employees are doing, or they can call the police. About those security devices, I never used to bring one when staying in hotels, but now that I do, I can't believe I never thought about it when being alone in the room as a woman. True, any random with access to keys can just come in while I'm sleeping or in the shower. You never know. Ugh, oof, that's so weird. How scary. Glad you told them hotel and they moved you. What a creep. Me too. That was really the first time being out of college on my own and doing work. I'm lucky as this could have gone south many ways. It makes me very sad as a male that women have to be so careful of all men because of creeps like this. On behalf of nice men everywhere, I apologize. Yeah. What a weirdo. Does he think you are just going to date him after behavior like a stalker? Um, some people think like that, and that's very sad because in their sick mind, they think they're not doing anything wrong. No common sense on his part, no. As far as your action, you did an amazing job of reporting it and drawing attention to what had taken place. Yeah, this should be taken at the police. Sometimes we don't realize at first just how much potential danger we could find ourselves. Yeah, you just say hello to a stranger, good morning. It all started with good morning. Like, and then you wake up that he won't leave you alone and he wants to put you in a suitcase and throw you in a river or something like that. Nonetheless, you did the right thing and reported him, so his supervisor probably fired him. I hope so. I've always thought about that too. Once rejected, what kind of thought process takes place in their mind? I don't think I want to know. That makes them think forcing a pursuit is going to get someone interested. Yeah. It's just baffling and interesting and very, very scary. You tell me. Thank you guys for sticking up with me, and I hope this teach you a lesson to my female audience and male too. Of course, they can encounter weird people also. So stay safe. Take care of you. Bye.